let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in, so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Ready up! 53, Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. It's free. What you got, Heavy?
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
I got you, son. I got you.
They run with Hines. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Brissett sets to throw it. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they know. Pressure.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check 3. 21. Shoot. Recon, 132 fighter.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on third down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. This is Hines. And some room to roam now. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 96 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Watch the shit. Wait. 51, go.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to air one out. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Let's go. 60 out low. Check, 59. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Rotate.
Brissett now. Able to find the rookie from Ohio State, Paris Campbell. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brissett, and a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interferences. These skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
First down, Brissett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the Falcons' 47-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
On the ready. Mark, 59, Mark. Check, 59. I got it.
On 1st and 10, Brissett gets this to Campbell out on the right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Brissett. And he connects with Ebron. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the red zone now, Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
53's the mark.
And in the air once more, it's Brissett. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
51.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Tackles. Shit. Watch this. 39. Check. Get up.
This is Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Brissett. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Brissett. Looking for Campbell downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The left side completion to Jones. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they? And a big loss here as he's taken down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Check. 11.
To throw is Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man, complete. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 53 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run on first down. Freeman. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They run again with Hines. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check back.
On first down, it's Hines. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
on second down now. It's Hines. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. 50, plant. Number 53, Mike 53. Here we go,
And down to a knee. Well, that's one option. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Ready.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Ryan to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal.
Hey, Zoo. He can't hang.
Throwing again, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On third down, Hines. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. I got you.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
60 out more. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Now.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Taken in at the 11. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
22.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now Ryan on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off near his own 48. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines, and he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Draw play. This is Hines. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Ryan. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One last shot for Ryan. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output That's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Indianapolis, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious.